we're back playing that reggae groove from my arrangement of Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie. So when in the first lesson, we were talking about note duration, about stopping the strings with the right hand to keep those notes short and discrete, maybe even staccato. Now, let's take a look at some of the other aspects of dynamics in this piece. Sometimes I'm playing the bass notes a little softer, and sometimes I'm playing the repetition of the chord a little bit softer. I mix it up. So there's not any correct way to do this, but the fact that I'm mixing up gives a little bit more dimension to the piece. You get a sense of something coming out into the foreground and grabbing your attention, and other times something kind of in the background, maybe even like an echo effect, like this. So let's practice playing these chords, the E minor. Let's play the bass notes softly first. And the chord loud, like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... You notice I've added this B minor 7th chord up here, and again, because the bass is tuned down to a D, that root will be found right here in the 9th fret. So, let's try to put it all together here and play that chord progression again. This time we're going to vary the dynamics or the volume of the bass notes as well as in the chords, and see if we can come up with something that sounds, has a little more depth to it. All the time, we're cutting those notes off and keeping them kind of short. And that's the character of the rhythm. So, as we go along learning this riff and learning how to put more depth and texture and character into it, we're going to revoice these chords a little bit. We started out with our E minor down here. So one thing you can do is you go to the A sus here. We could put, you're still playing the A sus, but I'm putting my 2nd finger down on the 2nd fret here. And it makes it an A sus add 6. Gives a little more character. And then we're going to come up here and play a B minor 7th, keeping in mind that with the bass tuned down to a D, this drop D tuning, the root would be here on the 9th fret. So I'm barring across the 7th fret, 3rd finger on the 9th fret. Then I move to play an E minor 7th chord. It's really just like a D shape, but I'm keeping my 1st finger free. You slide that up to the 7th fret, put the 1st finger down, and your thumb is playing the 5th string there. The IMA is playing the top 3 strings. You simply move the left hand, the fretting hand, so that the 2nd finger is now at the 6th fret on the 3rd string. 1st finger is playing the E there at the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and the pinky is on the 7th fret. That's an A add 7. Excuse me, an A add 9. And then back to the B minor 7th. And when I'm sort of embellishing this to play a little melodic bass line, I'm doing a double hammer on sort of like a quick grace note, series of grace notes. I'm doing it so quickly that you're not really hearing this as an individual note, but you hear the effect, the sort of portamento, I guess it would be called. And then line up here on the 4th string as well. And when I play this E minor chord, I sometimes play the open A string as a pickup note. So again, the E minor, 7, just like we've been playing it. Now the A sus, add 6 with the 2nd finger here to the B. And then I'm coming up to the 7th fret, bar chord B minor 7. The E minor 7, using that D shape, sliding up, and then the A, add 9. There you have it.